Oh, papi. Give me a sec. I want to turn the Wi-Fi off. No, we're giving no Wi-Fi. Let's fucking go, man. What's happening? Robert, good to see you. Saying, good to see you. X-Men, Rip. Same, bro. Robert, good to see you. Ron McNeil, good to see you. I look tired. Come on, like, you know, shouts to you, bro. I'm always tired. I'm always tired but energized, man. I mean, I don't know how you're meant to look, bro. I get up at like 2:30. You know what I mean? I'm as beautiful as you can look getting up that early consistently. I had a bomb-ass fucking day yesterday delivering, dude. I felt like I was floating. Man. That's wild, man. Oi, Ron McNeil, you tell us about them days you feel like you're floating when you're delivering. I felt like I was floating yesterday when I was delivering, dude. I just felt like, I don't know, man, I was just holding the bars and I just felt so light and just free, man. I just felt free yesterday delivering, just like, this is what it's about, man, making cash, just riding around. And the deliveries was just so consistent, you know. I only upload the deliveries if my Strava's on, if my Garmin's on. But sometimes I just leave the Garmin at home, brother, because you know what? Like, sometimes I just want to breathe, you know what I mean? Sometimes having the Garmin there is just annoying. You have to look at it. It's like, I don't want to look at you. You know, and my Garmin's shit at the moment because the power meter drops out. So it's like, why are you even there? Like, I don't really care about how many kilometers I do. It's just like, why are you even there? The power's not even coming up. So I'm getting PRs and the power's saying I'm doing like 22 watts. Shouts to you, Rumi. No, I don't use no GPS. I know my way around the city, man. I feel like I'm maxing out my capability to make money. Just because, like, once you've done a couple hundred deliveries or something, or, you know, you've been working at it for a while, you just know the joints, and there's very few joints you don't know. Maven, great to see you. So once you know the spots, it's not hard, and it increases your capability to make money. So it's great. So every time you go to a new spot, it's like fucking sick. That's in the memory bank. I'm out of breath from all the water, man. Talk to me about it. Sitting here with cycling cam tilting beers. Shouts to cycling cam. Shouts to London. Yo, Mickey Joy, James Joyce, great to see you. What's up, Abdullah? Fuck all, brother. I saw that email last night. Shouts to you, brother. Thank you. Nothing, man. Day 18, I presume, or day 17. Bro, I got the worst memory. What happened to me the other day with a guy throwing his sponge in my face? You have to remind me, dude. I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Letting Harry Potter and Prisoner Azkaban around the load right now. That's what I like to hear, man. Harry Potter is a fucking... Shouts to all the Harry Potter Lord of the Rings fans out there. They're one of the best movies of all time, brother. Seriously, I love Harry Potter. I wish I could wipe my memory and just rewatch Harry Potter like it's a new movie. It's just epic experience. Shouts to Hannah. I'll give you all a shout out. What are you talking about, Ryan, bro? Who sponged me? Remind me, someone sponged me? Are you talking shit? Shouts to the spam. I love it. Talasea, always good to see you, lad. I didn't read the books, unfortunately, you know. How did my body change from rotisserie chicken every day gone plant-based? Soul felt cleaner, man. Soul felt cleaner. Straight up. Body, not that much difference, bro, because... Not that much difference, bro, just because, like, I was already training. I was already active. Like, I didn't have some, like, it wasn't like I went from couch sitting KFC, smoking, you know, retard, to off the couch, feeling amazing. Like, I was already pretty good, you know what I mean? I just felt like I felt like the key wasn't fitting through the door. I couldn't fit the key through the door. I felt like I could fit the key through the door better. Like, I could actually fit it in after I dropped the rotisserie chicken, you know, so... Shouts to you, brother. Ryan, what the fuck are you on about, lad? What is this sponge give? Is this some analogy? I'm not sure. Robert Nelson, probably, bro. I don't know what the effects of heavy red meat consumption for 10 years, but it wouldn't surprise me, brother. I'm Gryffindor 100%, man. I don't fucking talk to people who fuck with Slytherin, man. Seriously, dude. I'm no fan of Slytherin. Get that? Slytherin's just like, I don't know, hey, what's the modern day equivalent of Slytherin? It's just bad energy. I don't want to be about it, man. Slytherin's Illuminati, man. Sometimes I watch some Hollywood type movies and I think in my head, like, what are they trying to tell me, man? Like, I remember when I watched The Manchurian Candidate, I'm like, I was like watching it and I was like, this shit's going on, man. I was like, they're just, I don't know if they're trying to make it, like, put it in Hollywood so they make me think it's not going on because it's a movie, or is this shit actually going on and they're just like boldly showing it to me in front of my face, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just watch movies like, I'm like, nah, they're doing this, man. I started eating chicken because I could taste their pain. The pain felt weird before dying. It was so weird. Shouts to you, brother. Joey's Harley vid. Thoughts, bro, man. Come on, brother. You know my thoughts. You know my thoughts, lad. I mean, I'm 100% behind the video. I'm 100% behind Joey Carbstrong. Always have been, always will be. That's my statement. You know what I mean? Joey dropped the big booms, man. Joey dropped the big booms, brother. How many buckets of hats do I own? I don't own that many, man. I own probably 3. I own like a towel hat. I own like this like little, you know, like, I don't even know the words textile, like some Moroccan style one. It's made out of like some silk fabric type shit. And then I own a camo one. Camo bucket hat's mandatory. Seriously. It's a mandatory piece of apparel. Would I love it? Harry Potter world for sure, man. Harry Potter world. You know what I mean? Take us through the most epic climb you've ever done. The most epic climb I've ever done. I've done some pretty epic climbs, brother. Some pretty epic climbs. But I would say the most intense sequence of climbing I've ever done is probably at the end of a 24-hour ride after 1,000 k's of riding at like 4 a.m. in the morning with 1 hour left to make it to Adelaide, either on the freeway or on the old freeway, illegally or legally, really like hitting my peak of just ability to perform. Like feeling like, you know, like you actually feel what fatigue feels like. Like I remember like both times, bro. The time when Liquid Man's wheel snapped and I had to keep going because at that point I went the wrong way, bro. So I went the wrong way and I was running out of time, and I was going up these gravel hills in the middle of nowhere with no bike lights at like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I started crying, dude. I started crying because I ended up in this cunt's backyard, and I started crying. I don't know why I cried. I just cried because I thought I wasn't gonna make it, and I just started crying, man. And I'm like in this fucking farmhouse, man, crying, thinking, this is bizarre, man. But then I decided, I said, okay, calm down a little bit. And I told myself, I said, you know what, man, I don't give a fuck, I said to myself, I said, you know, I'm just gonna keep riding. I'll ride around in circles if I have to ride around in fucking circles until the sun comes up. And then I took a few deep breaths, and I located the road, and then got back on the road, and then just started TTing again. But then after that, man, like it got to the point where I couldn't see in front of me. But I know the hills because I've climbed those hills before the first time I rode to Adelaide, you know what I mean? So my memory was kicking in, and I know how bad these hills were. It was almost kind of a blessing that I didn't have a bike light because I couldn't see them, but they just never fucking ended, man. And it got to the point where I had to keep pulling over. Like every like 2 minutes, I'd pull over and be like, and shut my eyes a little bit and then keep going because it was real hard to stay upright, you know what I mean? But I kept telling myself, like, just make it to this gas station, I made it to the gas station, hit like 2 Powerades, fucking had like 4 cookies, and then hopped back on the road, and it was a blessing. Second time, same situation, but on the freeway, you know, it was cooked, man. Trucks were going past me. I was jumping off my bike, running with, like, acting like I was walking my bike to the next stop so they wouldn't call the cops on me. And then, you know, same thing, man. Like, I just felt like Chris Froome, you know what I mean? It was almost like an out-of-body experience, bro. I felt myself project into the fucking universe, man. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. Like, it got to the point where I was just so tired and just thinking, what the fuck is happening, that my mind went to a place where it was like I was watching myself do it. You know what I mean? And I felt like I was like on top of myself, watching myself go up the mountain, and I was thinking, this is fucking hectic, man. You know? And I plan on doing that this time, bro. I plan on I'm gonna fucking, you know, I plan on taking the meditation to a new level on the bike ride. Like, really, I really want to push like the envelope of just, I want to see how far deep I can get, because I've gotten pretty deep on these things before, man. But I really want to see like how deep I can go, in terms of, not in terms of how far I go, but in terms of like how much of an experience I can really elicit. Because a beautiful thing happens when you push to your limit and you're fatigued, man. You enter these realms that you can't really enter unless you're on the limit, or you're having a fucking near-death life experience, you're on your limit, or you're dreaming, or in a deep state of meditation, you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful experience. So when you combined the fatigue with the meditative state, with the intention, it's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's like, it almost feels like, you know when you're kind of in and out of consciousness when you're about to fall asleep and you start to get into this kind of weird quasi fucking dream-like state? It's like that, but you apply it over a 24-hour bike ride. How do you keep balance between weightlifting and cycling? Well, you don't really, depending how much you cycle. Right now it's okay, bro, because I'm doing a bit more riding than I'm used to, because I'm working on the bike at the moment, but I'm starting and stopping and taking breaks, so it's really advantageous to my training, because I'm fucking doing 1 minute, then stopping, and then 10 minutes, and then stopping, then 20 minutes, and then stopping, you know? But, you know, I'm telling you what, man, I mean, the kind of thing is, the fitter you get, the worse you get at training. Unless you have to be very, very, very diligent, and you got to realize that you're never going to be the best at one thing. You're going to get pulled between two ends. But, you know, my short answer to that thing is, bro, you always start with less, add more. And you keep notes, bro. Like, you keep track of what you're doing, and you really try and force progress where you can. I mean, like, when you're riding and training, you don't have ample energy, bro. So you literally work out what you need to do, and that's all you do. You don't do more, because I'm not spending 2 hours in the gym, brother, because there's no point for me. I work out what I need to do, and I tick those boxes. And then if you're serious about riding, you do the same thing, especially if you're serious about combining both. Yeah, I guess I meditate. Yeah. I like to do a bit of meditation stuff before. You know, I'm not a big fan of sitting on the, like, it depends. I like applicable meditation in my daily life. So when I'm riding or when I'm training, you know, sometimes before I go to bed, if I want to have a bit of a journey, I do a bit of meditation. Boom. What's my current cows? My current cow, it's Ramadan, bro. So really all I do is just get full. They're probably too much for me. You know what I mean? They're probably too much food, but I just get full. Ben Berry, good to see you, lad. Can't tell you, I'm gonna look like an LV. Shout out to the year, man. I'm gonna leave it like that. I haven't done any hills on my bike. I haven't trained. The longest bike ride I've done, I don't really train on the bike, man. I haven't trained for a long time. Shout out to you, AMC D Door. Shout out to you. My boss was an even bigger cunt today. Hey, fuck the cunt, man. Just you're blessed enough to realise that he's a cunt and you're not a cunt. So you're winning. When you're suffering on the bike, do you take your mind somewhere else, or prefer to keep on focus with the pain in the moment? I don't really take my mind. I think taking my mind. There's only so many places you can hide, brother. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not gonna sit there and be in pain and think about what I'm gonna do after the bike ride. You know what I mean? A big part of what mentally for me, it's like a two-step process. It's like you're feeling pain. You know, what is pain? And what's your relationship with pain, and who said this pain was a bad thing, and it's this whole act of letting go of the pain. You know, you have to let go of the pain, because if you sit there and fight the pain, you're wasting energy, and you can't perform because you're just wasting energy trying to fight this thing that's just going to be there anyway. So once you recognize that it's going to be there anyway, it's not really a bad thing, and you embrace it and you let go of it, you're able to really you're able to really go, man. You're really able to unlock the next door. But if you have this weird relationship with it where it's like, you know, some motherfuckers ride and they're just like, you see these dudes, they ride their whole life. I've seen dudes who ride for 5 years and they don't even hit a PR. It's like, dude, and it's like, how? You know what I mean? It's just this whole relationship with pain, brother. You just have to let go. You just have to accept. Once you accept it, you can really move. You know, relative to your fitness, you know what I mean? I always know relative to my fitness, I'm very good at performing. Now, that's not indicative of a specific time. It's just relative to my fitness at the moment. So if my fitness is like 70% of say my fitness now, I'm capable of doing X time. I'm always getting close to X regardless. You know what I mean? Do I ever have any issues with caring what people think? Like, honestly, not really. I mean, I catch myself before I start thinking about what other people think. I'm like everybody else. Like, I stop myself. I've had heaps of issues with it before, but not for a long time. Like, I get to the point where I feel like I would be like I can feel myself starting to care what other cunts think, but I smack that straight away. I just make sure I smack it. You know what I mean? Knock it out. 90% of the time, anytime I'm caring about what other people think, it's not really that. A lot of the time I just care about what I think about myself. It's my own, you know what I mean? I only really care about the way I think of myself, not about other people. You know, because I realize their opinions on me hold no weight. Like, for real, long-term, people's opinions of me hold no weight. No, Maeve, mate. Portrait's king, landscape's dead. Deadpool, you're on it, mate. Does Jess wear the kimono anymore? We got the kimono, bro. I mean, I'll be putting that thing on day after Ramadan, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'm gonna do the IPWR next year, man. I already swore on my mum's life that if my knees weren't broken, if I'm not contracted to do anything, like if someone didn't say like, come live on a boat with me for a year, or anything but that, you know, I will be there. Gotta eat sweet and sour, broad beans, rice. Just checking in, stay happy, bro. Shouts to you, Luke Bry, great to see you. Just got back from a 20-mile ride eating big meal. How's tricks? It's always good, lad. It's always good. Beers for live stream. Bretsky, good to see you. Well done, break your legs, and shouts to you. I'm a big fan of rice, man. I'm excited. You know, tonight I'm gonna eat some rice. After work, I'm gonna go eat some rice. I'm having dinner with a mate. Anytime a mate wants to have dinner, it's a blessing, because I don't really, you know, I'm trying to save money. So when a mate wants to go have dinner, it's cool. You know, because I'm like, fuck, it's a good excuse for me to go eat some rice, eat some dumplings. You know, I like walking around at night. Sometimes I go to bed early, so I miss walking around at night, you know. I got a really addictive personality. You just have to, you're completely right. I feel like you just have to channel it. And you just have to know you have it. If you know it, you know it, you know what I mean? Like, I know personally from experience that my mind works funny, man. Like, and you just get better at pulling yourself out of, you know, the addiction trap before it happens. You know, like when I was younger, I was addicted to sleeping pills for like a year and a half, right? To temazepam. And it all started because I had one temazepam and I slept good. And in my mind, it was just like, yo, you slept good, you had one temazepam. And then fast forward a year and a half later, I was the type of cunt to have one temazepam turned into 4 temazepams, which turned into like, I would like have 2 temazepams, go to bed and freak out like I wasn't gonna sleep. So then I'd come back and have another 2. And then I'd go to bed and knock out and then wake up at like 4 because the half-life was so short or whatever. And then I'd be like, fuck, yo, I need to have another 2. And I was just like running back and forth to the kitchen. And my mum's like, what are you doing, dude? And I was like, nothing, man, it's all good. I'm just drinking water. Fuck landscape. No room for landscape, bro. Are you in touch with your intuition? I feel like that's a skill that I'm always trying to work on. I always try and go with my gut. You know what I mean? I always try, when I have a feeling, I always try and act on the feeling. And I feel like, you know, that's a skill, you know what I mean? And I try and work on that all the time. Oftentimes I'm presented with situations where it's either like go with this like clinical way or like the way other people are doing it, or the way, you know, you've been told it should be done, or go in the way which I feel like it should be done. You know what I mean? I always try and think with my heart, not my head. Because my head's filled with shit. You know what I mean? My head's filled with my own shit and a million other cunt shit. So I try and keep it clean. AKA come from a place of light. AKA my heart. I think there's a lot of power in that. You know what I mean? I got addicted to Xanax in Thailand. Shout out to, Xanax is a tricky one, man. It's really hard. You know, I think Xanax is a lot harder to get in Australia now because it's such a ridiculous drug, and so many people get addicted to it, man. So many people, man. Like, I've met so many people who've had vicious Xanax addictions, and you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, you'd just be like, oh, she's a normal girl, or he's a normal guy, and you'd be like, this guy's addicted. He's been addicted to Xanax for 2 years now. Feels good to help. Shout out to you, James Joyce, man. I know the feeling, man. The suitcase helping feeling's amazing. Is intuition as important as logic? I feel it is. 100% I feel it is. Shouts to you pushing up Maeve up the climb. I mean, I feel like I always feel it. It depends, man. There's always, sometimes I think it's all relative to the situation, man. Yeah, shouts to Joey Carbstrong's video, man. You know, I'm a fan of Joey Carbstrong, man. You know, that motherfucker, man. Seriously, I'm a fan. I'm the biggest fan. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's my thoughts. No. Joey messaged me. I was picking up these pancakes, man. I remember he Audra, I saw your comment, bro. I saw your comment. he messaged me, and I was picking up these pancakes from this cute little Chinese joint, and I was like, wow. I was like, he's messaged me. I said, wow. I said, you know, like, and then I messaged Jess. I said, we got some shit to watch when we eat dinner tonight. Good to see you, Hannah. Yeah, Joey is full of passion. I think that's why when I first met him, I was like, I need to hang out with this dude, man, because he's full of passion. I love the passionate man. It's contagious, you know what I mean? It's contagious. You know, the thing is, man, what people got to realize with that video is that video was a long time coming. You know, it was a long time coming, and he was pushed to his limit to make that video. I mean, like, there's been plenty of times where we've talked about him making that video, and I've said, like, and a part of me's been like, yeah, make the fucking video, just go all out, and then we've been like, nah, brother, like, it's not worth it. Just, you know, it's not worth it. You know, as much as we want to just, you want to just say how you feel, it's just not worth it. So there was a lot of restraint, man. It's not like that video just came out of nowhere, like, overnight. You know what I mean? That you know, that's a long time coming, man. Yeah. Joey will come on the next annual long bike ride, man. It feels like, what do you mean? Feels like he's just pilling on. Fill me in. I'm not meant to be cutting, but I'm getting clinically obese. You're not really cutting, you're de-obesifying, man. Sometimes, you know, you have to be able to pull off a bit of weight when you need to, man. Shout out to Joey's Dreamcatcher in the car. Shout out to the Dreamcatcher, man. I'm a fan. Neck training, yay or gay? Well, I don't think, maybe they might be applicable for some sports. You need to train your neck. I think the world would be a better place, Alyssa. The whole world has a Durian Rider hate video this week. Bretsky, I think you got to put it in perspective, man. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people sit on the fence with stuff, and then once they see one person do it, they say, like, well, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and then they say, well, then I'll do it too. You know what I mean? I mean, some people genuinely just trying to hop on the bandwagon to pop views, and some people just being like, well, fuck, you know, my friend's done it now. I've always wanted to do it, you know, now I'm gonna do it. Yeah, neck training's from Muay Thai and sports like that, P-Day. I'm not sure, man. Someone else fill me in on the Muay Thai neck training. Say in Muay Thai, you can tell us. Yeah, Alyssa, I'm completely honest with you. I completely agree with you, man. You know, I completely agree with you. 1,000%. 1,000,000%, and that's what I say about it all the time. It's like, it's foolish to think that you can walk around saying whatever you want and putting out whatever energy you feel like and not get anything in return. It's foolish, you know what I mean? And it's misguided. Day 18 of Ramadan, bro. Shouts to you, Maven. Enjoy. Shouts to you, Cameron Crowe, brother. I appreciate the support. You know, I appreciate the support big time. There you go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Sane Muay Thai just gave us the 101 on neck training. Neck training, Thailand specialist. Karma's a funny thing. Cameron, you related to Russell. Shouts to you, Matt Reiki, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Working on my guacamole addiction. It was bad. Guacamole's not the worst thing to be addicted to. How's the oatmeal? It's day 2 of oatmeal. I feel clean on the oatmeal, man. I feel clean on the oatmeal, man. I just had oatmeal, blueberries, and pea protein. Ooh. just homely, man. Eating oatmeal is like a vortex to my past. It's like literal time hopping. I time hop when I have oatmeal. I time hop to my former self 8 years ago. You know what I mean? And I get the same feeling. I can feel the heater on my legs sitting right next to me on the couch, the single couch. You know what I mean? I can taste it, man. I can taste it. And I feel like oatmeal's very cleansing. I feel like, personally, oatmeal's so cleansing on the mouth, man. Like, especially with the simplicity's key with oatmeal, because you can get into this habit where you put so much stuff into oatmeal, it becomes like it just becomes a task to make. But if you keep it simple, I'm talking 3, like, including oatmeal, 2 additives, it's just like next level, man. It does something amazing for your taste buds and your soul at the same time. Yeah, I put the pea protein in the oatmeal, man. You have to. I'm not a fan of just pure plain oatmeal. You know, I can't do that. It needs to have some sort of flavoring. I just love it because it's filling, especially too. It's very filling. You know, I like to get full. Like, I like to feel like, I've eaten. Let's move on for the day. Shout out to all the porridge lovers out there. Yeah, but I think as time goes on, man, you realize simplicity is key, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about going and getting 4 flavors when you get ice cream. It's about getting 1 flavor and just appreciating the singularity of that 1 flavor. You know, I saw other dudes doing that, and I said, there's got to be something to this. You know, I saw a couple people I really respected thinking, like, I see them at the ice cream shop, they get 1 flavor. Met my girlfriend, she get 1 flavor. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, what are you doing? Or I'd be like, have a bite of my food. She'd be like, no, I don't want to ruin the flavor. And I'd be like, fuck. I never thought about it like that. It's not about getting the Chinese donut wrapped up in the crepe. It's about just getting the donut. You know what I mean? You can really enjoy it. When's the next vid? I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. Oh, the next vid, dude. I think the next vid, seriously, because I'm working on the Indie Pack video, I think the next vid will be the 24-hour bike ride. You know, I know that's a couple weeks away, but honestly, brother, you know, at the moment, I don't really give a fuck, man, because, you know, I know personally I'm gonna be on YouTube for a long time, so I don't really adhere to the, you know, frequency standards of today's time on the internet, you know, because, you know, like, the next proper video will be the bike ride, and that's it. Where do I live? I live in Melbourne, brother. I live in Melbourne City. Top 3 places in Melbourne. Top 3 food places. I mean, that's a real hard one. You have to get. I'm a big fan of Chinese food, man. Big fan of Chinese food, you know. So I'm gonna say Rose Garden, Kim Sing, and Nam Long. I'm big favourites of all of them. But it depends on the type of cuisine you want to eat, man. Because, you know, like, those 3 places are sick food. But that's like, if you were telling me you want sick food, that's like rice dishes. You know what I mean? Like dishes with rice. If you're like dumplings, then it'll be 2 different places. So it's a bit of a backwards question. Because it depends on the mood. I put maple syrup in mine, true. That's a good thing. Day 18 of Ramadan, yeah. Do I eat out? I don't eat out that much. I mean, I eat out often, but not that often. You know, maybe once a week, twice a week. Do I like Rob Wog? You know, I've heard of Rob Wog. I think I've seen a couple of his videos with Jolie before, but I've never hanged out with him. Any good Middle Eastern food in Melbourne? Yeah, probably at the top of Sydney Road. There'd be some good ones, man. A1. I mean, I guess that's bakery food. There'd be a lot of other joints too up there. Shout out to you, James Joyce. Enjoy that fucking pre-bed movie. I'm a fan of sushi. I've always been a fan of sushi. I love sushi so much. I think Rob is in Melbourne too. Shout out to Rob Wog. Let's keep the chat moving. What fillings do I like on my rice? None. I just like rice plain. I add it with whatever dish is with usually, but I'm a fan of just plain rice. You know, maybe some soy sauce, ketchup if it needs. rice and beans, true. The texture of the rice and beans texture is amazing. When will you take Jess to get married? If I was going to get married to Jess, I might take you along to a celebration. I probably won't be one of these motherfuckers that film myself proposing. Unless I was filming it with my iPhone just for my own memory. You know what I mean? But the glucose network icon means rice in Chinese. Ramadan's easy, brother. Depends, especially, I mean, in Melbourne it's easier than other countries because the fasting window is not that long. It's just a mindset, brother. Once you're in the mindset, it's not hard. You got to import the tempeh illegally. Shit might eat, what the fuck, yeah, true. Glucose Network wedding meetup. Yeah, I'd have a meetup somewhere, man. Somewhere, I don't know where, man, but somewhere, man. I'll be off the back of the boat, man. That's the dream. Would I ever visit the Grand Canyon? I'm not sure. Just Google the rules and regulations of Ramadan, bro. There's a few. The main ones being you can't fucking eat between sunrise and sunset, no water. They sound the same to us. Do you like Indian curries, kormas too? I like all Indian food, man. I'm a fan of all Indian food. You know, spicy, non-spicy, all of it. If it's tasty, I'm there. Which is a lot of food, man. There's not a lot of food that's not tasty. Do you visit France? I'm from Paris. I've been to Paris. I've been to Paris before. Do I visit often? No. You know, my sister used to live there. That's why we went there, but not in a while, man. Block this jizz kind of fucking annoying, kind of, man. My sister, I forgot how old my sister is, man. I think she's like late 20s. Probably late 20s, brother. Let's keep the topics moving, eh? I'm not too versed up on Lent, man. 6:20 in the morning right now in Australia. 6:20 a.m. Did my family watch my streams? I mean, my mum, I don't know if my mum watches. My mum watches my videos. So shout out, hi mum. You know what I mean? So my mum definitely watches my videos. It depends. Maybe she doesn't watch these long ass videos, but she watches the videos. She's a fan. My mum's a fan, dude, and I'm a fan of my mum being a fan. Like I used to be like, mum, don't watch it, but now I'm like, watch it. You know, who cares? Fez and chat. What type of food? I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Are you talking about an Arabic type of food? Am I pronouncing it wrong? But what type of food are you talking about? No one in my family's vegan, man. Shout out to that audio book you're listening to, Vegan Flight Trap. 100%, brother. Persian dish, bro. Is it eggplant? Is it eggplant based? Fill me in. Talk to us about the book Vegan Fly Trap. Do I eat with my family? Of course. Of course. When I'm at home and there's food to be eaten with my family, we eat, man. We might not eat the same things, but we eat, you know what I mean? It's like a sweet and sour dish with walnuts as the base usually. Ooh, sounds tasty, man. Oh, you're listening to The Power of Now. Yeah, shout out to The Power of Now, man. You know what, man? I remember once I was real troubled. Man. And I never read a book in my life, man. This is universal type shit. And I remember just looking at this bookcase in my house, thinking in my head, like, look what my life's come to, bro. I'm about to read a fucking book. And I remember, this is no word of a lie, brother. You know what I mean? I just reached into the bookcase and pulled out the book, and the book was The Power of Now, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I read a chapter. It was a pretty profound chapter, and it was probably the only chapter I've ever read in a book before in my life, man. How's that, eh? Shouts to Marco and Alyssa, right after each other, man. I'm into reading, but I'm not too into reading, eh? What am I doing today? I got no idea, man. I got a few things on the menu, bro. I'm gonna go work, do some editing, go eat food, smell the fresh air, shit like that. Shouts to the moment, man. You know what I mean? Shouts to the moment. Shouts to the... If you want to call it the power of now, man, I mean, it's true shit. You know, I hate using the word because it's cringe and I feel like it's overused by a bunch of cunts who fucking don't understand it. But I feel like, you know, there's a lot of power in that, man. There's a lot of power in just being here, you know what I mean? And I always remind myself that when I feel like I'm getting lost down the timeline, I always remind myself just like there's mad joy just in my breath, you know? And that's what I do, man. I feel that when I deliver deliveries, man. I notice, man. You know, it's very applicable. I just breathe and enjoy the bike ride, eh? And you know, and time opens up for you, bro. Time opens up for you. This concept of time gets smashed when you just try and appreciate. When you try and appreciate, like I try and appreciate. You know, I realize pure joy is just that's pure joy to me. You know what I mean? And when you think on that base level like that, time gets obliterated, man. There is no such thing anymore. Days don't matter, weeks don't matter, years don't matter. Nothing matters, man. You forget. Honestly, you forget. Like, I gotta remind myself. Like, literally, I used to think that was kind of a curse that I had to remind myself, but now I realize it's the biggest blessing. It's almost like that's when you unlock the next door, bro. When you forget. And it's not like, yo, you need to take some fish oils. You forgot. It's like, no. I forget about everything that's meaningless. Like, how old I am is meaningless to me. I don't remember, and I don't want to remember how old I am. It's fucking irrelevant. You know what I mean? Shit like that's irrelevant. Like I don't need to know what day of the week it is, bro. Because what is a day of a week to me, man? I guess in our world, it's only relevant to what's open. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like, I know what day of the week it is by the come working at the 7-Eleven and go, fuck, it must be the weekend. I know what day of the week it is when I walk outside and I see a bunch of Asian dudes out the front of the Asian horse, upside down Asian horse. Because I go, it's Asian night. It must be Saturday. You know what I mean? Isn't time, as we know, just a construct by man? Yeah, I mean, I think time, you can be a prisoner of time, man. You can be a prisoner of time. And I think a lot of that has to do with fear, you know. Personally, I think that has a lot to do with fear, right? You become a prisoner of time when you're scared. Largely, we get brought up to be so scared of our own death that it makes you a prisoner of time, eh? And it's just torturous, man, because you can never be free, man, eh? All you want, like, you can never be free, brother. You're in this eternal prison, man. You know, and it's fucked. Sometimes I think reading makes you think less. Well, I mean, I think a lot of times you read and you think that, I mean, you're trying to chase some experience through a bunch of words that you've never lived. And I think that's what you always got to keep in perspective. That reading's a tool, just like a lot of shit. And it's a tool I haven't utilized to my full ability, which I'm ashamed of. So I'm not knocking reading. I'm a fan of reasoning. I'm a fan of reading. But I'm also not a fan of thinking when you read shit, you know shit. And that doesn't do anyone any good. Especially yourself. Especially yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like watching the movie and think you get it. You know what I mean? You gotta live it, man. You gotta live it. You have to actually go out and experience it. You wanna be the cunt writing the book. You know? Your own book. You know, George, I mean, brother, it's basic shit, man, that you get presented with every day that you overlook, that puts you in the time prison. Like when you wake up, man, it's got to be one big celebration of appreciation, man. Celebration of appreciation, man. That's the name of the game, mate. You know what I mean? And you just got to, it takes work. Every time you feel like you're slipping into the jail cell of time, you bring yourself back down to this, like this now. And, you know, that can be done just through several situations, man. Like you could be at work, man. I used to notice when I used to go to work, I said, why am I suffering so much at work, man? You know, I just used to suffer so much at work for no reason. No matter how good the job was, no matter how easy it was, I was still suffering, man. And then as soon as I left work, I looked at my clock and I said, oh my God, it's already the end of the day. As soon as I let go, as soon as I let go and I hopped on the bike, I realized I was like, fuck, man, like that wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? And then I thought in my head, I thought to myself, I said, fuck, man. Like once I just accepted it, this comes back to letting go and accepting it. Once I just accepted it and I let go, I felt like this pure sense of joy, man. I just felt this joy, this overwhelming sense of joy. And then I told myself, I said, what the fuck is the point in waiting the whole fucking day to feel this overwhelming sense of joy and contentness? You know what I mean? I just thought to myself, like, that's not normal, man. I should try and practice that throughout the whole day. You know what I mean? So then I just started practicing it throughout the whole day. Every time I felt like I was working and I started to get a bit too forward or a bit too behind in my thinking, I would just try and really, you know, enjoy the little things, man. You know what I mean? Like the little things, man. Just like the feel of my fingers, or like being on the ladder, being standing upright, breathing, you know, who I was talking with. I try and enjoy that, man. And then before you know it, I'd start stacking up days, man. I started on this micro level that became days and weeks. And then I would sit back and reflect on a 2-month period where, like, it would dawn on me on the shower when I was touching my nut. I would look at my nut and say, these are my nuts. And I'd be looking at my dick and say, this is my dick. And then I'd be like, holy fuck, man. Like, what just happened the last 2 months? I forgot, man. It feels like a dream. I'd be like, I forgot, dude. I had to remind myself. I'd be sitting on the couch looking at Joey D saying, how the fuck did I get here, lad? You know what I mean? I wasn't stuck in that time prison where you know everything, man. Like, I woke up today, these are my clothes, this is what's happening, this is what's happening in 2 weeks. You just forget all that shit, man. You just live like this pure bliss. And that's blissful, man. There's a blissfulness right in this. Right now, there's a blissfulness in it. And it's the force. You know what I mean? It's the force that's all around you, man. Shouts and may the force be with you, brother. I always remind myself that all the strength I need it's been here the whole time, brother. It's whether or not you recognize the force is there. Once you recognize it, you can fully tap into it, bro. Once you recognize the power of being here, the air around you, the sound of your breath, the way it feels on your hands, you can really embrace yourself in it. And you when people say you channel a higher self, it's true. You do, man. I literally can sit there, embrace it, and I can feel myself slipping into it, man. Slipping into it, and it's just like something's going on up here, and it's just going, boom, and then out your mouth, boom, then out your mouth. It's insane, you know? And that was just, I purely also learned, the force thing to me was real, man, because one day it dawned on me, and then I was riding my bike, and then I felt like I noticed the force, I embraced the force, and then I realized this weird connection between the blissfulness of just embracing everything around you and what's happening right now. And then after I finished that, like, I felt like mentally I was on another level, bro. Like, I would do an effort on the bike, or I'd do an effort in training, and then after that I feel like I could say anything, and it was like I don't even know who was talking no more. It was like I was talking from, you know, the universal pond of life. It's not hip. Yeah, I used to think it's hippie shit, but it's not, man. It's not hippie shit. And a cunt who's going to say it's hippie shit, they're on level 2, man. You know, don't ever let a cunt tell you that, man, because they're on level 2. And they're not operating on higher levels, man. And you, like, fuck a cunt like that, man. Like, I'm trying to be, you know, like, I'm not the type of cunt, man. Like, you got to be the type of cunt. Like, one day I woke up, dude, and I said, it's not meant to be like this. That was the only time it was applicable to me. When I said to myself, it's not meant to be like this. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not meant to feel this bad all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just dawned on me. I was like, I don't think this is how I should be living. That's the first step. Hippie shit is misleading label. Personal experience is the true fact. Shouts to you, brother. Yeah, bro, 100%. Like, weren't in check. That's the key word you just said, weren't in check. Your mindset in the fact that you're not accepting what's happening now, and you're already thinking about it like these aren't in check. You're already saying in that sentence that things aren't meant to be the way they're happening. It's like, who told you how it's meant to be, brother? Who put this fake idea of what it's meant to be like in your head? You know what I mean? Who told you that, bro? That's essentially what you're saying. Like, when they're not in check, bro. It's like, that's just you can't think like that, man. You're already pulling yourself out of the force there. I've never done a sensory deprivation tank. I've had mates who've done it and told me about it, but I've never done it, man. I don't want to be locked up in no motherfucking tank, man. Shouts to Joey Carbstrong for dropping the truth. Can be W93. I 100% agree with you. Shouts to Joey Carbstrong time and time again. Shouts to you, I mean, it's the small things, man. Not looking at your phone. I mean, that's a big tool. Yeah, this is Anna. I completely agree with you. Yeah, I'm 100%. Do you fear not having money in later life? Yeah, but I understand that fear. I mean, fear is fear of, you know, the fear is toxic, man. The fear drives you to do all sorts of crazy shit. Like, fear gets you on the hamster wheel of constant preparation for the next move that never really takes place. Like, that fear puts you on the hamster wheel of preparing for a life that you never actually get to live, because you're always preparing for the next move. You know, we're talking about the same thing. I'm talking about preparing high school, preparing for university, preparing for a job which is preparing you for retirement, and then retirement prepares you for the deathbed, where when you're on the deathbed and you finally accept your death, you let go of the fear, and when you let go of the fear, you realize that you didn't even do anything. That's what that cycle produces, man. And that's when people are sitting on the verge, when they're crossing over to the other side, that's when they say, I didn't actually do anything. I just wasted my experience here. Because that fear of death gets pulled out of your feet, gets pulled out from underneath you, and you don't care no more. You know what I mean? I think the universe will give you everything you need, brother. You know, I think the universe gives you everything you need all the time. I think every single answer that you're ever going to need is going to be within inside of you when you need it. And situations bring that out. Now, I think that's just being a student of life, man. I think that's just being a student of life. If you adopt a student mindset, I'm not talking about being a student of society. I'm not talking about being a student of a fucking book. I'm talking about being a student. I'm just talking about being a student of the universe, man. Student of experience. Once you do that, I feel like there's lessons. You notice the lessons, man. And the lessons are often written on the wall, man. It's either you see it or you don't see it. I agree with you, man, but isn't there a balance? Yeah, I mean, there's a balance, eh? But I mean... But how do you mean balance? You know what I mean? Like, You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean by balance? Like, what is your perception of balance in terms of that? Yeah, money's a tool. I'm not saying money's not a tool. Why do you think I go to work? I'm not sitting on the street with no money, man. I go to work, man. You know what I mean? But I'm not sitting there going to work just because I'm trying to prepare for my fucking retirement. Like, what's my opinion on drugs, shrooms, LSD, weed, etc? You know, there's some drugs I'm really not a fan of, and there's other drugs I think, you know, like, they're a bit kind of, they're too much shades thrown at them. Oftentimes the ones I feel like too much shades thrown at them, you know, they're not, I don't think they're necessarily bad. I think just sometimes they get used under bad situations with not enough respect and not enough intention. So I guess, you know, that's what I mean, you know. No phone signal's a blessing, man. It's a blessing, eh? Ever felt like considering disconnecting from internet electronics for a while? You know, yeah, I know. I've done brief periods like that, bro. But not lately. But anyway, man, like, I don't feel like I need to. I feel like every time I step on the internet, I come at it with good intentions, and I feel like I want to. And it's not like I'm just trying. It's not like I'm bored with my life, and I turn on the internet to, you know, make myself feel this sense of like, oh, well, just now something's going on. You know, I'm not living my life through some other cunt. You know, I come on the internet to connect with you guys. I like making videos and I like sharing them, you know, so that's about it. I'm not sitting there scrolling through my feed all day. You know, I catch myself about to do it and I make sure I stop. Shout out to you, brother. I got a few tattoos, man. They all mean different things, man. You know what I mean? They all mean different things. It'll be sad when they have phone coverage everywhere. Yeah, true, man. They're gonna have like disconnect retreats where you just like disconnect off the phone, brother. You know what I mean? No phone connection and shit. You know, I felt the power of, bro, like I really felt the power, man, for a while where I just like upload videos and not even like just upload videos because you want to upload videos, demonetize the videos, upload the videos, and not even look at the video after you've uploaded it. It just felt sick, man. You just felt like, oh, this is amazing. Shout out to Camby W93. We love it. Stay hydrated, eh? I got the GN symbol tattoo, brother. I've got the tattoo of the symbol, man. I am the first cunt with the tattoo. Shout out to Alyssa Zen, man. I remember when I showed my... We know you've got it, bro. I don't know way. Oh, maybe, yeah, you would have seen it, eh? I'm thinking of my times when I've been wearing a tank top with that tattoo, but there's been numerous times. I don't know what you mean by that comment, man. Monet, I don't know what you mean by that comment, brother. Waiting for a GN. So I got a GN. I got a Glucose Network cycling jersey, bro. My boy sent it to me. I'll be wearing it soon. On the bike ride, I'll be wearing it. Look out for it. It's a sick jersey, man. 3 different styles. I got my favorite style. I'll be wearing it. It's a bit tight. But it's still sick. I'm a fan of Chipotle. I'm a big fan of Chipotle. I haven't had it for a long time, eh? I'm a big fan. I'm a slave to my phone. Your phone's a tool, brother. Your phone's a tool, and that's how you got to look at it. When you get on your phone, you realise it's a tool, eh? And sometimes it's not the right tool for the right job. Like sometimes, you know, you don't be using your phone like a band-aid, brother. You know, sometimes the solution is a bit of self-talk. It's not your phone. You know, so, you know, I catch myself getting into a bit of a phone trap sometimes when I'm at work, man. Like, I'll like pull out my phone and I'll be waiting for some food and I'll go to get Instagram and I'll be like, fuck that. I'll be like, I should just enjoy cunts walking around you or something, you know. So I just sit there and just like look out to the street. I think, yeah. Did I get good exam results in school? I got decent exam results, man. I probably could have done a lot better if I wanted to, but I didn't really care about the exams. Do you know what I mean? I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender series before my exams. Like, I wasn't a fan of them. A simpler life, a better life. Do you agree with this? 100%. 100%, man. I try and keep my shit simple, man. Simple. You know what I mean? I want to keep my shit as simple as possible. I mean, I only have what I need and what I really feel, and the stuff I want, I recognize its purpose, man. I don't have mindless shit. I don't buy mindless shit. I don't need mindless shit. I only make enough money that I need. I only wear what I need. Only consume what I need. That's it. You know what I mean? Or what I feel like's really beneficial to me. Anything else, I don't give a fuck about, man. You know what I mean? Like, a simple life is a boring life. It's your perception on simple, man. What's your perception on simple, man? I live a pretty simple I live this most simple life. And I would never let a fucking cunt tell me my life was boring, eh? Regardless of what they fucking think. I don't care if you're traveling the world fucking full time, holding girls' hands behind your fucking shoulder, jumping off cliffs with GoPros. You can suck my fucking dick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cunts confuse simplicity with a lot of shit. Cunts, it's just the same people who confuse simplicity with boringness. So the same people confuse being content with being complacent. The same cunt who's going to tell me hungry but never satisfied. You know, hungry and never satisfied. The same cunt who's going to tell me that. And I'm just going to say, cool, if you want to think like that, bro, if you want to live in an eternal fucking state of suffering, it's cool, man. It's cool. You can do that. But I'm not doing that. And don't try and make me fucking think like that. Bro, I'm thankful that my exam, we realised that exams didn't mean shit. Bro, I got into engineering, dude. I got into engineering, lad. And I had shit fucking results. I could have been an engineer, dude, with bad results. Just by driving far to the correct university, because it's all about the money, man. It's all about the money. You know what I mean? Like, shit's wild, man. Like... People mistake fun for happiness. Yeah, I mean, cool. Yeah, I mean, the word happiness, I mean, I think people get sold a fake illusion of what happiness is. And it's the old unattainable white rabbit that's always sits in front of you. That you can really, you never really catch it. You never really catch it. You're always searching for it. You know what I mean? So, watching GM before exams tomorrow, brother. Just do your best, eh? That's all I'm going to say. I realise that, bro, all the time, man. I realise that all the time, eh? It's just that, you know, like, regardless of how boring your life is, you're alive. And it's not boring to be alive, man. If you're alive, life's not boring, eh? You know what I mean, brother? A lot of the times you just got to sit there and realise that you've got all this beautiful shit happening within you that you've never really even thought to pay attention of, because your head's been so far in front of you that you've never stopped to stare at your own 2 feet. You know what I mean? And I always remind myself that, man. That sometimes when you're climbing the fucking ladder, you have to stop and appreciate the spot. You know what I mean? That's always it. You have to stop and appreciate and look around, man. Because cunts are like just looking over there like, I want to be like this cunt, I want to be like that. Like, my life's boring. It's like, cunt, your life's always going to be boring if you think like that. You know? It's toxic to say, I can't say my life's boring. Like, I want to punch him in the fucking head. You know what I mean? Yeah, you look bright, eh? They're spoiled. They are, bro. Their life's overcomplicated, man. You know, 9 times out of 10, life's just too overcomplicated, filled with shit. They can't cut through all the bullshit just to see the bless ups. You know what I mean? They can't see it. Yeah. I could never utter those words, man. I just think people don't understand the power of the words they speak. I think people think their words come from, literally, I think people think their words come from nowhere, man. Like, you can say shit that has extreme meaning, with no consequence. You know what I mean? You can't say shit like that. Like, you can't walk around and be like, my life's boring. What do you think is going to happen, man? Bro, if you want to, bro, all I want for you is to be good. You know what I mean? That's all I want. You know what I mean? I think I realized, bro, that jumping off cliffs and holding people's hands and with GoPros on and fast cars didn't really it never really improves anyone's life, man. It never really does, bro. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it makes you feel like you're better than your brother, and it makes your brother feel like he's not good enough. And why are you trying to make your brother feel like he's not good enough? I don't make my sister try and feel like she's not good enough. I just say she's my sister, man. I just want you to be good. You know what I mean? That content's promoted by people who live a life where they think it's not good enough, man. So what they try and do, their life gets valued off their value of their life is predicated off your perception of their life. So their value of their life goes up when you think their life's good, because when they realize that you think their life's good, then that means, yeah, my life's pretty good, man. And it's just one big ego dick measuring contest where, you know, I make you think my life's dope when reality it's not that dope, and then you're always thinking that my life's killer and you're never good enough, man. Have I heard of Brother Ali? Of course, man. I was listening to Brother Ali in my mum's car when I was like fucking 10. I grew up on self-taught. You know what I mean? Before I even got into rap, that song was blasting in my car. And I still listen to it till this day. And I think that song's one of the most powerful songs to ever come out of Brother Ali's mouth. If you really listen to it, you know what I mean? Brother Ali's an inspiration, man. Yeah, I've heard his new album. I think there's a thin line between being content and being complacent. It just seems that people give up on their hopes and I've never given up on anything. You know what I mean? And their hopes and wishes. But what are your hopes and wishes, man? That's the thing, man. If you can't be content now, you'll never be content ever. That doesn't mean you're complacent. It doesn't mean you're complacent. But if you can't appreciate your breath now, you'll never appreciate it. You'll never appreciate it. Because your inside's not going to change. Your inside's not going to change, man. Your outside situation is your inside situation. That's what some people don't realize. Your outside situation is the same as your inside situation. If you can't feel it now, you'll never feel it. It doesn't work the other way fucking around. If you're split in two and you're split in this, like, you know, it's the world versus me, then yeah, you might think you're gonna feel it, but you'll never feel it, man. You know what I mean? Being content equals stopping. Nah, brother, man. Nah, man. If you're saying that in the sense that when you think that if you're content, it means, it does not mean, man. You know, no way, brother. No fucking way, man. No fucking way. Being content means you're in it for the long haul. You're an appreciative kind of life. That's what I mean. Being content is you've got the utmost appreciation for life. You know what I mean? That is the utmost appreciation to life, man. Being content, being at peace. That is utmost appreciation. Doesn't mean you stop. Doesn't mean you give up. Oh, yeah, shouts to you, Rob Francis. Doesn't mean you quit. It means that you appreciate. You just give thanks, man. That you fucking blessed, man. That's what it means. Oh, okay, Matt Ray, I gotcha. Alyssa Zen, you're always on the money, man. You're always on the money, man. You know, I need to shut. No one in this chat's doing that, man. Oh, shut up. I never seen it written like that, eh? Alyssa Zen. Oh, hey. This is why she's Zen, man. Shouts to Brother Ali, man. That song's like playing in my head right now. It's a mad fucking song. I literally just got I can just hear the lyrics in my head. Insane track. Bro, fucking this gamer fucking... You're getting blocked, lad. Brother Ali's been on it for years, man. Years, man. He is the definition of the people's man. Like, just think about his whole rap career. He's just been the people's man. Like, he's just been one of these, like, I look at his passion for rap and what he's done as a rapper, and it's just inspirational, man. The fact that, like, I don't even know if he's ever been signed to a label, or they've always done their own label thing. You know what I mean? And just been completely self-funded off the people. It's great. I think his music gives so much value to so many people that he doesn't need to sign no big deals, and he still does sold out shows all around the world and still gets played to this day. You know what I mean? So it's cool. I'm thinking of like the main verse from Self-Taught. It's just an epic verse, man. Just the verse, you know the verse I'm talking about in Self-Taught, it's just the most epic verse. Munir, it's good to see you. If your channel got deleted and you had to start again with 0 followers, would you not focus in? I'd just start again, man. I would just start again, man. I would just start again. I'd just keep going, or start again, or whatever, man. It's that simple. If I could meet anyone in history, who would it be and why? My granddad, bro. I mean, there's plenty of people I'd meet, man. Eh? I can't come up with that. You know what I mean? I can't come up with that fucking answer straight away, man. Be a list of like 30 people. When am I available? Brother, we're going to Palestine in 10 weeks. You should come. 10 weeks. In 10 weeks, we're going to be in Palestine, Munir. And then we're going to retire to Aqaba for like a week after. We're going to try skiing again. You should come with us. Fuck, I'll be in Dubai. Leave Dubai, lad. Leave. I have to bump Self-Taught right now. Bump it, dude. I'll be bumping it today when I'm at work, man. When I'm at work. That line where he says we carve life out when we sit in the basement is just the most epic. It's we carve life out when we sit in, is it we carve life out when we sit in the basement? It's just like, what a line, eh? What a powerful line. We carve life out when we sit in the basement. Hopefully I'm not butchering the line. Potentially, Munir, potentially. It depends. Back in the lift to Truth. Come visit. If I'm still in that area, yeah, bro. Is it cool? I thought it was carve. Shit, still epic line now. I thought it was we carve life out when we sit this. I'm gonna have to check that line. My whole life I thought it was carve. It was still just as epic. 14-hour day today. Shout out to you, bro. Big fucking day, man. Anyway, people, I'm gonna check that now. I'm back at the apartment, mate. Shout out to you, I'm out of breath. Anyway, I'm gonna go make the juice happen. I'll see you tomorrow.